Hello everyone, welcome again. It is Tuesday the 7th of March and this is another end of day price action analysis. What a day. I think we've moved 150 pips from top to bottom. As you can see here, there is a massive bearish engulfing candle on the daily. We took the previous weekly high yesterday and we're heading for the previous weekly low. I can't see that not being at least swept. Let's jump down into the 4 hour and get some of the intraday picture. So, oh man, look at this. So we knew this was a critical point, right? It was either gonna, sweep the top up here or, blast through it. I was expecting some sort of short pullback into the discount of the 1 hour leg that I had drawn out. So we had the liquidity here, we had the previous daily high swept barely. It was swept by like a pipette and broke down and rejected. So I was expecting a run into either this fair value gap imbalance, which was in the premium or at equilibrium, or down here into the 1 hour discount. We had left after this breakdown some relative equal lows, so I did expect price to actually go short. I was missed on a short today, which I will go over on the weekend. I'll post that on Saturday and show you a trade breakdown of what I was looking for and why I was missed. But anyway, let's go back to it. So you can see we had this push down in Asia. We came back up during Frankfurt into London, spiked through the Asia high buy side liquidity here, and just barely, you can't even see it, basically created equal highs here, but we just barely swept the previous daily high, but I'm not sure if I want to call it a sweep. So let's just say we swept the Asia buy side liquidity, and yeah, we can dispute if the previous daily high was swept, and that was enough to broke down the M15 and continue lower throughout London and create some structure where it swept London lows pre-New York Open. Now there was news today, as you can tell, once it hit 10 o'clock EST, and there was an announcement. Oh man, it just smashed through. It already met these relative equal lows, but then it went and took all of these sell side liquidity points really quickly. So EU does look bearish at the moment, I would say. This is now a massive new leg, right, that we're dealing with on the hourly and the 4 hour. So I think personally, if you're going to want to short this, right, we're going to wait for some sort of pullback into a POI such as this 1 hour imbalance. So yeah, this, I'll keep an eye on this 1 hour imbalance. This 1 hour area here is obviously irrelevant. So it's this leg. So we've taken up so much sell side liquidity here. We'll probably go for the previous weekly low. I'll have that in mind tomorrow. We're going to close here for the day shortly on EU, and this will be our previous daily low. I wouldn't expect that to hold with the previous weekly low below it. So for pullbacks, I would probably be looking to see for this previous weekly low to get swept, but we'll see what structure is created and what happens overnight. Let's move over to DXY. So DXY, same thing, obviously. DXY managed to leave the previous weekly low. I said in my previous video I was expecting that to get swept because price came so close, and then I was expecting a more bullish reaction Probably not this much in a day, but that's what news will do. We took the previous daily low and rejected it with this 1 hour rejection candle. So I was pretty much looking to short EU today within this leg before the news announcements. And yeah, news announcement came and it just took these highs and eventually this previous weekly high. And yeah, we're still waiting for EU to take its previous weekly low if it's going to do that. So yeah, we've even broken that daily range we had here. We've even met that now. So given the fundamental news, the DXY looks bullish for now. We have some points of liquidity on the way, but you know, this would probably be a good long-term target. Not sure how long it will take to get there. We'll see what it does as it reacts around these levels from taking these previous weekly highs, and this daily op, I guess, would be another good area. So if we see EURUSD, this here looks like if and once it breaks these lows, possibly this is going to be an area we're going to have to look to see if it holds up. If it doesn't, it's going to look bad for the euro, I would say. We're going to have these areas here to go for a sell side liquidity, and then we're going to have this gap here similar as we do on the DXY, right, where it could possibly go in the medium term. So now that we've got this massive leg here now for us to deal with, again, just to go over and summarize, we'll see what I'll see what price does overnight. I'm expecting this previous weekly low to be met. For now, I would say we're going bearish on the euro, but I wouldn't be shorting anywhere from here that I can see, unless we get a decent pullback somewhere into preferably a premium or a higher time frame POI. So yeah, so this meets premium, which will be good. And if we get a pullback into this area, maybe we could be looking for the shorts. Maybe it will leave this previous weekly low and we'll get a pullback before heading to it. So that would be another valid scenario that I would be looking out for. Or if we do come and take the previous weekly low first, and we've already taken the previous weekly high here on DXY, maybe like we could probably expect a decent pullback for us to get involved in, right? Pullback long on EU. So that's everything for today. I'll be back tomorrow and we can go over what happens over tomorrow's price action and see if we can get in any trades. And if you stay till the end, come back on Saturday and I'll show you the trade that swerved me today and how that turned out. Thanks.